Das Forum Nordicum wird unterstützt durch die deutsche Avia Mineralöl GmbH.
Thank you very much, and sorry for the delay. And also, of course, from our side, welcome. Nice to see you all again. Also, welcome to Mr. Scherer coming in. I'm very happy to see you as well. I think Torsten is as well, so that's good. I was also here. I heard yesterday Goldberger tell a story from '96, and as Torsten said, I was a long time ago part of the ski jumping part and team as well. Was very, very lucky to be able to be here in 1996, and it was definitely one of the moves from a ski jumping or a skiing competition going into an event. So that was fantastic to be part of, even though my media coordinator pointed out very clearly that I was not fighting with Goldberger at the time. So she found the result list and I was 50, and it was 50 athletes starting. So not my best ski flying event. Anyway, very nice to be back, and also to Christoph and the team from the Austrian Ski Federation. We are, as you know, also looking for a possible organizer for the premiere of the Nordic combined ski flying event. We created rules for it. It's been in the discussions. We were very close last season. And of course, we are very open for promotion or suggestions to at least sit down and discuss the possibility for hosting the first ever Nordic combined ski flying event. So I'm looking forward to that meeting as well. So talking about Nordic combined, I will just bring you quickly back. I think it was an important season for Nordic combined in a couple of words. Last year in the Forum Nordicum 22, I definitely was not so happy. It was the time of the IOC decision. I think we have moved on. We are moving into, let's say, the next very important phase of our discipline. So quickly from last year, I think you see also from the pictures, the perfect season from the Dominatorin, I guess it's called in German. On the women's side with Gyda winning everything she started. That doesn't happen too often. But we do see, especially from our women's side, that it is developing in a almost too fast way. So that will be very interesting for the next couple of seasons. A new overall World Cup winner with Lamparter, bringing the globe at the end back home to Austria. And with Norway and Germany winning the overall. So all in all, it was a good and positive season. We had 37 all around World Cup events planned, 35 completed during that season. World Championships in Planica with the premiere of the mixed team. From our side, very important event. Of course, this is, I think, something that will also keep on developing. Even though we see a challenge in terms of the team events, especially not only for Nordic combined, but also for our colleagues from cross country and ski jumping as well, that we are cutting a bit, and we've had to make some adjustments on it in terms of also the decision of the IOC. So the team event, we will see how that brings into the future, but for sure the mixed team is definitely a very, very interesting format. A podium, at least compared to the World Championships for the women's in Planica, that we were very happy about in terms of having 3 nations. In Oberstdorf 21, the first World Championships for Nordic combined women, we had 1 nation on the podium, which of course was also a argument from the IOC, seeing that only 1 nation brought home all the medals. Then of course we were happy to see Norway, Germany and Japan. We saw Rieber, as you all know, being, I think, one of the kings of Planica, bringing home medals in all disciplines and all events. And at the end of the season, we said goodbye to one of the Nordic combined athletes of all time, Mr. Erik Frenzel. Very happy that he is still within our discipline in our sport, and I think this is very positive for us and hopefully for the future of Nordic combined as well, being part of the German coaching team, and will still be part of our sport for the years to come. But of course, as an athlete, he has brought, and what he has done for Nordic combined through a long time is very, very important. And of course, it's never fun to say goodbye to athletes like that. Then moving into a couple of points for what is new and what has happened since. Just wanted to mention this. This is, of course, one very important factor that we are working on. It's the development, the youth. The Youth Cup we had in Oberwiesenthal this summer was one of the best ones we've had. We had, as you can see, 111 athletes on start from 14 nations, which is a record for the Youth Cup in the summer. And what was very positive was that we had new nations on the podium. Not, let's say, the traditional nations that we are used to see in Nordic combined, but Switzerland winning on the women's side, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Slovakia, Poland winning on the men's side, with Slovenia, Austria, Germany, and Czech sort of completing that 9 nations out of those 14 was on the podium. So very positive for us, and of course the important step now is to maintain and make sure that they are staying in Nordic combined, and of course that they are able to complete and take the next steps, moving into Continental Cup and hopefully World Cup in the future with those athletes and those nations. Thailand, a new nation on start. We've never had that before. I know our cross-country colleagues have some tropical nations starting in World Championships. We had Thailand on the start list in the summer. A young boy that are doing Nordic combined. He lives in Finland, but anyway, he competes and is registered as a Thailander. So of course, this is a positive step as well, bringing new nations on the lists for Nordic combined. Updates from the meetings and what we have discussed during the spring, summer, and fall. The 3D scanning, I'm quite sure my colleague Sandro might mention a bit more, but this has of course been also an important part for Nordic combined in terms of how we measure the athletes. Fluor ban, I don't need to go into that in detail. I think Michael did it perfectly. We will of course have the same setup. It is a little bit easier for Nordic combined since we do not have classic. So that makes sort of the whole process a bit easier. We're also quite stable in terms of all the formats. And in this case, I think that's, let's say, a setup that would work. And we've already seen, I think, with Alpine that the system works. And we are, of course, looking forward to getting that started and to hopefully have that running smoothly as soon as we get started in a couple of weeks in North Finland. New formats that we will introduce for already the coming season. One of them being the individual compact, which was tested during the summer Grand Prix. It is a format that came from a proposal Austria, Germany together. I think it will bring a lot of new excitement to the event. It is not very, very complicated, so it should be easy to understand. The jumping part is basically not putting the athletes in a starting order in terms of the times behind, but basically the times behind are already fixed. So the start order is fixed with the time behind, and the ski jumping part then decides in which number you start. So it is, of course, a tight race, a compact, which the name says everything about. We will have 3 of them during this coming winter, and we also will have a mini globe for the overall winner of those specific individual events. So we think it is a one positive step. We got a lot of positive feedback during the summer from teams, coaches, and athletes, and we are convinced that it hopefully will bring some more excitement to the winter. So we are starting up with this event already on Friday in Ruka, and we'll have 2 more during the season. And of course, we'll evaluate and look for pluses and minuses after the season. But it is one of the new things that we think will bring in some excitement. Mixed team sprint, we also tested in the summer. That is an event that we will test in the Continental Cup for the coming season. It's 1 male athlete and 1 female athlete in the mixed team sprint. And we do test the super sprint one more time. We had it on the Continental Cup calendar last year. We didn't feel it was really worth bringing into the World Cup due to some challenges we saw. There has been done some bigger updates on the format, and I am quite sure that we will see it even more exciting through this coming winter. And then we will see if we will bring it into the World Cup for the coming season. Prize money, Michael mentioned as well, the same for Nordic combined, 20% increase for the coming season, both women and men. For the Summer Grand Prix, we had equal prize money for both genders. This was a proposal driven by our athlete representatives, which I think is a very positive step. For the German trophy coming in this winter, we will also have equal prize money for women and men in the overall ranking. So 1 or 2 steps going in the direction of equal prize money, which is, of course, our short-term goal for the World Cup as well. Common waxing, we will have common waxing in Oberstdorf. So that means that it will be 1 big waxing tent. Our colleagues from cross country had a test in Tallinn last year with quite good success. We will do it in Oberstdorf this winter. Holmenkollen is the partner that has been chosen that will support us during that weekend. And of course, the overall goal is environment. It is, of course, a goal to try to make some steps to cut some costs, both for the teams, but also for the organizing committees. And we are looking forward to see how this will work for us as well this coming season. So it is definitely one important part. Maybe the biggest decision that the council has done, at least for Nordic Combined and maybe for any discipline in FIS in terms of support, is the development and partnership program that we have worked on for a year and that we have proposed and discussed with our working group and also with then presented was to the council this fall. It was confirmed. It is a 3-year-long development and partnership program that doesn't only go towards, let's say, developing nations. It is for all nations open. We have a decent sum of money for support from FIS towards different projects that are supporting Nordic Combined. So all different national ski federations are able to apply for any kind of financial support towards their projects that are, let's say, driven in the direction of Nordic Combined development. And it can be a lot of different projects. But I think it is, for us, important. When we looked at the Youth Cup, we saw all of the, let's say, newer nations that we definitely need in Nordic Combined in the future. And we are hoping that we are able to support them also in their next steps. And I think this is a very important part for us, and happy that the council confirmed. It will be a 3-year program. We have 250,000 Swiss francs each year that we are able to support all these different projects with. The application is just out and for this season, so it's a short-term and a short deadline. But hopefully the next steps, and for sure for the next 3 years, we hope that this will be a very important part for the Nordic combined development. As mentioned, FIS IOC, we do have at the moment, I think, a lot better connection with the IOC, and the cooperation and the communication towards the decision that will happen in 2026. It's in, of course, regards to the program of 2030 and the inclusion of Nordic combined women into the Olympics. We have 3 update meetings each year as a minimum, where we have, together with my chair of the committee, Jacqueline, and also the FIS management with Michel Villot, meetings with the IOC sports department and making updates to ensure that they also feel and see what we are doing. And of course, that's at least one small step. Another step taken by the council is to create the Nordic Combined Working Group, which consists and is led by Roman Kumpos, the vice president. We also have 5 other council members in this working group, together with the chair of the committee and myself. We also have FIS M&M, which is not mentioned here, but the FIS M&M media marketing with Christian Salomon and Benjamin Stoll is also in this working group to discuss and hopefully have ideas and proposals towards the Nordic Combined Committee for the different projects or different developments or new ideas that we will include in the next coming years. So very happy for that support that is coming from FIS as well. Calendars, which is, I think, one of the main things for us in the next coming 3 years. This is the coming season's calendar, which should not be a big news for all of you. It's online. I think all of you know. The only, let's say, minus on the men's side is the unfortunate part that we had to cancel Chauneuf. It's again due to a financial situation in France in terms of events, and unfortunately they canceled just a couple of weeks ago. Otherwise, the calendar is stable, both for the women's and the men's. The women's this year part of the German Trophy, and of course being part at the end of the season with the finals in Trondheim, which is of course for us also the test events for the World Championships in 25. Otherwise, no specific news here. Just shortly before I give the word to Sophie, wanted to show you the development in terms of the calendar, which I think is an important part for us in terms of it's also here 24, 25, 25, 26 as drafts, but it has to do with numbers and number of nations. In blue, you see the number of nations hosting World Cup events for Nordic Combined. In red is the number of World Cup events for women, which of course here, very important for us to have a steady increase in the numbers, and at least at the moment, the draft for 23, 20, or 25, 26 is up to 23 events. 21, 22, past season we had 11. So we are in just a couple of years, doubling the number of World Cup events for Nordic Combined Women. And also the overall number of events are increasing. So at least this is a positive step for us, and I think a very, very important one. So this is for us indeed one of the main goals to keep developing Nordic Combined. Sophie, then I am happy to introduce you from the more media part.
Thank you very much. I will be quick. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sophie. I'm the media coordinator for Nordic Combined. So in case there's anything you need during the season, I'm your contact person. And just to start with our media information hub, because I mentioned it before in the previous forums that we were invited to, so thanks for having us again. But it was brought to my attention that not everybody is finding it on our website, so I thought I can just show you where you can find it. Additional information, we will get a new website. It's supposed to launch before the season start for Nordics, so before Ruka we will have a new website. The new FIS app went online yesterday, so I'm very sure that all of you already downloaded it. And you have more interactive options there compared to the old version. Coming back to the Media Hub, so you go to the FIS website and then you just go to Nordic Combined. Where's my mouse? Okay. And you can basically find all the important information that you need to have as a media representative on our website. So you can have access to our WhatsApp group in case you're interested in updates during the competitions. If there's a cancellation, if there's an athlete not on start, you will get all the information there, as well as the top 3 quotes that are always sent there, as well as like our image partner, which is Nordic Focus, and which is new this season is a little support for our commentators, because I created a Spotify, no, it's not Spotify, it's SoundCloud playlist with a pronunciation of the athletes' names, because we had some issues in the past with like a bit more complicated names. So in case you're interested in hearing the athlete pronouncing their names themselves, this is a great option for you to, to hear it from the person themselves. So how do I get back? Technical issues again. Let us go like this. Oh, here we go. Okay. Presentation. Okay, I just leave it like that. Season opening press conference. We will host it online this year again. So we did that during COVID. Last year we did it in Ruka for the men and in Lillehammer for our women. But I would like to do it again together with both genders. So we will do it next week. I know it's a bit short notice, but I will send out the invitation this week. And I hope that all of you can join. We will have the top 3 athletes, men and women, on site, answering questions, so you are very welcome to join that. And last but not least, I sent a survey after the last season in our WhatsApp group, and maybe some of you already filled it out because I was asking for your feedback. I'm there to make your job easier and to support as much as possible, because we need you. Nordic Combined needs you to be on our side and to write about us, talk about us, share any kind of information about our discipline. So if there's anything I can do to support you, if there's any kind of information that you need. Oh, it's a cat. Hi. You want to join? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Sorry, I'm a cat person. Hi. Okay. I'm easily distracted. Okay, here we go. Yeah. What was I saying? Additional information, right. So if there's anything that you need from me, I'm here. I'm happy to support. After the survey came back, one of the points that was mentioned to me was that you would need the quotes that I usually just send as voice memos also in written form, because it's easier, especially for written press. So we will not do that in the WhatsApp group. I will still send those press releases before and after the competitions. And there you will also find a written form of the statements from our athletes to make your job a little bit easier. And I know that cat is more interesting than me right now. I fully understand. Bye. Okay. Questions? If that's not the case, thank you very much.
Das Forum Nordicum wird unterstützt durch die deutsche Avia Mineralöl GmbH.